Narottam is glorifying Srinivas, and then from that day onwards, devotees used to see them always together. They used to always be together, serve, and they became the talk of Vrindavan. All the Vaishnavas used to talk. You see that young Vaishnavas, how brilliant, glowing, how pure they are. And devotees would love to associate, and they became very dear students of Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami patiently taught all of them. Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and after a few years, Shyamanand Pandit also joined. So these three became wonderful students of Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami systematically taught all the philosophy to them. Then Jiva Goswami told Narottam, you should take initiation from Lokanath Goswami, another great sadhu living in Vrindavan. Somehow Jiva Goswami did not accept disciples, but he gave Siksha to all the Vaishnavas there. He became kind of a Siksha Guru. But he did not give Diksha. He gave only Siksha. So, Jiva Goswami advised Narottam, you take initiation from Lokanath Goswami. Now you should listen about Lokanath Goswami. Amazing person. He will never come in front of anybody. Never want people to remember his name. Such a, we cannot use the word shy, timid and all. He was very humble. And he used to be humbled in front of Vaishnavas. He used to sing, I don't have the qualification. That's his greatness. He used to feel, I don't have the qualification to come in front of Vaishnavas and my name should be pronounced. Even when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami met Loknath Goswami and asked, please tell about Lord Chaitanya because you lived with Lord Chaitanya. Loknath Goswami said, okay, I will tell you everything about Lord Chaitanya, but on one condition, you should never mention my name anywhere in the book. Imagine if we are there in that situation, what we would have done. We will say, put my name in the front page. So that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami obliged to Narottam Loknath Goswami's request. He did not add his name. Such a wonderful person, Loknath Goswami. Very humble. And he also came to meet Narottam Das Thakur. Because they all came to know Mahaprabhu has deposited prema to Narottam Das Thakur. But now, Narottam Das Thakur is begging Loknath Goswami, please initiate me. But Loknath Goswami was feeling very bad. You are already initiated by Mahaprabhu directly. What initiation do you want? Mahaprabhu is given prema to you. So at heart, Loknath Goswami was genuinely feeling, I am not qualified to initiate Narottam because Narottam is very dear to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya personally handed over prema to him. Who am I to initiate? But Narottam was regularly approaching Loknath Goswami and begging, please initiate me, please. A Diksha should be got like that. Diksha is a blessings given. Actually, we don't deserve that mercy. Mercy means a blessings we get which we don't deserve. But sometimes immature devotees, they fight for Diksha. They demand Diksha. They create issues if they don't get Diksha. Diksha is not like that. Diksha is a blessing. When the Guru wants to shower the mercy, when the Parampara wants to shower the mercy, we will receive that blessings. So here Narottam Das Thakur is every day begging and crying and going to Loknath Goswami, and Loknath Goswami is telling you, come tomorrow, come after a few days, I will wait, I will speak to Krishna, and if Krishna permits, I will give you initiation. All kinds of delays. Loknath Goswami was delaying and very patiently Narottam was approaching again and again and again and again. Then Narottam Das Thakur started doing menial service for Loknath Goswami. If we want to enter someone's heart, it is all by the menial seva which we do. So, even in Vaishnava philosophy, devotees, he may be sometimes king, like the Puri Maharaja, Pratap Rudra Maharaja, was sweeping in the streets in front of the cart, chariot, took such a humble position and sweeping the street. And genuine humility, a king should have a genuine humility to do that. It's not like somebody has gone and told him. Now it has become a custom. Immediately the main personality will come and they sweep the street. It has become a custom. But when Maharaja Pratap Rudra did, it was not a custom. It was a genuine, humble feeling. My master, my Lord of the universe is coming in the chariot. Let me clean the streets. And he voluntarily cleaned the streets. It's a natural feeling from the heart. So devotees were feeling like that. So every day Narottam was begging, and Loknath was feeling, I am not qualified to give Daksha. And Narottam started doing menial services. Even Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, when Rupa Goswami saw Mahaprabhu in Benares, he was a prime minister of Nawab Hussain Shah, the prime minister of the country. He plucked a bunch of grass and kept it in between the teeth in his mouth and lay flat, Sashtanga, in front of Lord Chaitanya. And Mahaprabhu said, Rupa, your humility is breaking my heart. Your humility, your humbleness, that is the ornament of a sadhu, a Vaishnava. Humility is the ornament of a Vaishnava. Genuinely feeling humble at the heart. So Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami used to do a lot of sevas like this. So what Narottam started cleaning where Loknath Goswami lives. And to such an extent, when Narottam goes for his morning duties, passing stool and all, Narottam will hide in the place, and after Loknath Goswami goes, he will personally go and clean the place. He will keep that place so tidy and clean. And he was doing that genuinely. We can't do. Sometimes parents and grandparents become very ill, and sometimes they are on their bed. They do everything on the bed. So sometimes the children and grandchildren were forced to do these kind of menial seva. And many times mind will not cooperate. Mind may not cooperate to do that. So here Loknath Goswami Narottam was doing all this. Then Loknath Goswami, to his surprise, he will come the next day and see the place is so clean and tidy. And this was continuing for days and days. So Loknath Goswami suspected, who is doing this? Then he will, change the place and go inside bushes, and Narottam will clean every place. Then Loknath Goswami felt so bad. Finally, Jiva Goswami advised Loknath Goswami to initiate Narottam. And Mahaprabhu appeared in the dream of Loknath Goswami and said, my dear Loknath, please initiate Narottam. You are the right master for Narottam. When Mahaprabhu advised Loknath Goswami in his dream, then Loknath Goswami decided to initiate Narottam Das Thakur. So many of us are initiated devotees. Some of you may be waiting to get initiation. This Diksha is not a normal thing, it's a blessing. And we don't deserve to get these blessings. It is an undeserved blessing. That's why we should be very respectful towards it. Towards Guru and Vaishnavas and We should be very respectful. So Narottam Das Thakur got initiated, and the whole of Vraja was talking about Srinivasacharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Shyamanand Pandit. Then, as I said the other day, they finished their education. They were serving all the temples. If you go to Vrindavan, you will see the main temples. Radha Govindji, established by Rupa Goswami, Gopinath, Radha Raman. You will see all the main temples. Actually, Narottam, Srinivas and Shyamanand Pandit, they were cleaning the gardens physically. They were taking care of the deities. They were serving, they were cooking, they were attending all these temples in Vrindavan. So Vrajavasis used to love them so genuinely, non-duplicitous devotees. When they meet a Vaishnava, without anything in their heart, very openly they serve them, non-duplicitous. But in our case, it is not like that. Many times, the so-called intelligence comes in between, and we grade the situation. Sometimes in our conversation, we are diplomatic. Sometimes in our behavior and seva, we are very choosy, very diplomatic, very, all kinds of things comes in between. Many times it doesn't flow from the heart. So these three young Vaishnavas were serving Vrindavan, and they became the talk of the town, and Vrajavasis loved them. Another time, like we discussed yesterday, Janava Mata sent a message that all the three should be sent to Gauda Desha for preaching with the books. So Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasacharya took the lead. They all sat down and made so many copies. Like I discussed the other day, we have to physically make copies. They made so many copies and they carried, and the books were stolen in Vishnupur by Raja Birhambir. So Srinivasacharya sent Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamanand Pandit ahead to go and give this message to Janava Mata in Navadvip. So Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamanand Pandit, they went ahead. On the way, they both beautifully, Shyamananda Pandit, his best friend, and Narottam, they were known for kirtans. Actually, Narottam Das Thakur started a sampradaya of kirtan. If Narottam Das Thakur starts singing and Shyamananda singing and dancing, thousands and thousands of people will flock around them like bees, and their heart will be moved, their heart will be touched and penetrated by the purity. They will be literally crying with raised arms. They will be dancing for hours and hours together. You see many songs in Vaishnava Sampradaya was written by Narottam Das Thakur. The morning song which we sing, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. That song, the last line, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Karo More. The last line, Ramachandra Sangamage Narottamada. His name is there, Narottam Das. Many of the songs, Vaishnava songs, were written by Narottam Das Thakur. And each song can tell us the depth of his devotion, crying for mercy of Krishna, crying for the separation of Mahaprabhu. So after moving to Navadvip under the instruction of Janava Mata, Narottam Das Thakur remained as a lifelong brahmachari and preached all over Orissa, Bengal and the present Bangladesh,